ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Hi, good evening and welcome to Sports Sunday. I'm Julian Gibson. Young skipper Cameron Williams was laid to rest in heart exuma yesterday. The 16-year-old was remembered as a young man who contributed a lot to nation building in a short space of time.
Cameron's tragic death has rocked the Bahamas. I have come to pay respect to the body reposed here before us and to all of those who are left behind. John 12 and 24 tells us that unless a grain of seed or wheat falls into the ground, into the earth, and dies, it remains alone. But if it dies, it bears much fruit.
Last year, I came to the Buller Edge Regatta and I brought my boat. I was unable to win. But the most exciting and most pleasing thing to me was a young man by the name of Cameron defeated Buzzy. That made me so happy.
He was one of our students who we had decided to repeat because we felt that he wasn't performing to his optimum. He didn't argue, he didn't rebel, he wasn't rude. He didn't tell his mother what he wasn't going to do. He accepted my guidance, and as a result, in Christmas 2016, Cameron stayed the course and improved his GPA to a remarkable 3.1.
When it was time to watch, he watched. When it was time to do, he did. But he was always learning. It is truly rare to find someone with so much pure talent to sail mixed with the desire to work hard and become better and better. He seemed to just kind of be there for the first 2 years, soaking up every word that was taught to him and taking every advantage of his chances to sail. And then suddenly, he was the best junior sloop sailor in the Bahamas.
Now, in delivering the sermon, Father Ferguson told the congregation it is time the nation give more young people like Cameron a chance.
When you are young, they say that your experience is limited. And there are those that are of the view that because of your limited experience, you cannot offer advice or a solution. But we are reminded by Paul that your youth is your advantage. It represents the advantage of a new perspective, a fresh viewpoint, a radical understanding of the facts, and the reality is that it represents a paradigmatic shift in our thinking and our focus. That's why we need more young people in leadership. That's why we need to retire more people. That's why we need to send more people who are out of date, who are irrelevant and out of touch. Let them go home and allow the new generation to emerge and to come forth.
After the service, they headed to the Georgetown dock, where the sailing community dropped roses into the waters where Cameron lost his life. After that, it was on to the graveyard where they had a jungle rush out. Remembering the young skipper, Cameron Williams. For skipper Stephen Knowles out of Mango Bush, Long Island, he remembered Cameron because he too was young when he started the sport of sloop sailing.
He did well during his 15 years. As a matter of fact, he sailed with me in this 2017 National Family Island Regatta on board the Running Tide. And after the race, he came to me and he said, he always called me Mr. Knowles. Man, this boat is really fast to beat the tidal wave that far. I like to sail with you, and I would like to be on board the boat at another event that we could sail together. And it's just so sad that this had to happen to him. He was very promising, very smart young man.
Now the Pro-Am Golf Classic wrapped up on Friday, and one of the major sponsors was BTC.
This is the second year that we've actually sponsored this event, and we move on to Abaco next week. So we're looking forward to see, what's going to be happening in Abaco as well. And like you said, this is a huge event for the Bahamas, and so BTC is definitely proud to be able to support this event.
Did you have a chance to swing the golf club, or are you going to practice your stuff in Abaco?
I'm going to practice in Abaco.
And finally, in sports, this morning it was the staging of Marathon Bahamas. Make sure to tune in to ZNS Total Sports come tomorrow. We will give you all of the results. Well, that's all the time for Sports Sunday. Once again, I'm Julian Gibson. Special thanks to my hard-working cameraman, VTR editor, and producer, Anton Brennan. Stay tuned. Your weather forecast is still to come.